It's a special day. You know what it means when you see me down here with a big box. It means I'm going to embarrass myself in trying to open said box in a casual manner. I'm going to put the X-Acto knife down. Seems like a safer bet. Oh my god. Big dumb box. Okay. You're fired. Up next, another box. What are these? Okay. That's a no on the case, I think. Really? Oh, it came with instructions. Save the rubber bands. Wow. Wow. All right. Let's talk about it. Okay, I know I've been gone for a little while, but hear me out. First, me and the family, we went to Disney, and it's the first time I've been to Disney since I was like 9, which was like totally crazy because there's all this new stuff. But the kids had a great time. It was just a whole overwhelming thing. And then as soon as we got home, my wife and my daughter both got COVID. So that was a whole other ordeal in itself. And during all of that, I've been in the process of building a new computer. And I built it. Yahoo! And then it didn't work. But now it works and we are flying free. And then on top of that, I am currently suffering my way through a upper respiratory infection. And I also have to get surgery on my throat on Tuesday. So... But that's okay. We're back. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? I hope you've been well. I apologize for the delay between videos, like I said in the beginning of the intro. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Miles. Do music stuff. And today we are talking about something very special, something that I've been waiting for a very long time. Today, we are talking about the Tim Henson signature nylon string, and it's a lefty. Unless you want to consider the Les Paul a signature model, which like it is, but like if you have to be that person that has to be like, actually, then you're gonna look like a dork. But aside from the Les Paul, up to this point, I haven't had a signature guitar from any individual artist. And the reason behind that is because they never make them in lefty form. Like, I'm not looking for anything crazy. I'm not looking for a lefty version of that ridiculous monstrosity that Steve Vai used for, one song? But I remember years ago, the company Parker had put out a signature model guitar for Vernon Reid. It had EMG X pickups, the other version of the ceramic humbuckers, had a Floyd Rose bridge. It was on that traditional Parker body, and there was also a MIDI pickup on it as well. So like fully featured, this like sparkle red finish, and they never made a lefty of it. I would have bought that in a moment. However, I will say that for lefty players like myself, we've come a long way, especially through the assistance of companies like Ibanez and Schecter, and Fender and Gibson are slowly making their way towards like offering more than just like a black Epiphone SG or a black Squire that's like in the back of Alto Music amongst all 8,000 other guitars. And so when I saw a picture on Tim Henson's Instagram of a bunch of his nylon string signature models, but the bodies were facing the opposite way, I said, Oh? Oh? Because for the longest time, whenever he would post something about the guitar, I was in the comments being like, get me a lefty. Get me a lefty and I'll buy it. And it feels like a guy like Tim Henson is just like terminally online. So like he's reading all the comments on all of the posts. And like, you know, if enough people are screaming for this one particular product that has his name on it, he's going to call Ibanez and be like, hey, you got to make this now. And they're just going to do it because it's Tim Henson, it's Polyphia. You just give them what they want. And after waiting for a back order, which, if I may for a moment go on a tangent, I'm tired of music shops that put things up on their websites for sale, happily taking your money, and then after the sale has been confirmed saying, oh, dude, you're not going to believe this. We don't even have that thing. You got to wait. So after waiting on back order, the guitar is finally here. I've been playing on it for a little while, and it's been an interesting experience because I have a nylon string guitar. It's a traditional type, and this is not traditional in any sort of fashion at all. But let's go over some of the specs. Let's see what we're working here. So for starters, unlike my traditional nylon string, this guitar's body is super thin. I believe it's 50 millimeters, and so it sits right up on my body like it would be if I was playing a regular electric guitar, which, as far as just functionality overall, that's a win in itself. We got these cutaways in the body so that you can actually reach up here and play these higher frets on all the strings. And for me, this is a first. This isn't the first nylon string that has like higher access to the fretboard, but having it here in combination with the thinness of the body, it's been a really, really great thing. It's been a nice addition to my collection of guitars. There's a Fishman Sonic Core pickup built into this guitar, and on the top side of the body, you have access to treble and bass adjustments, and you can switch the guitar in and out of phase if you need to. There's also an independent volume control. But additionally, you have an onboard tuner, and it's kind of an overlooked feature, but I found it to be really awesome to have that, like, when you're plugged in and you're using the tuner, it mutes your signal, which, like, I'm not used to that being a thing, at least not for me. So I'm happy that it's here. And if you haven't seen this guitar before, you're probably wondering where the sound hole is, how you're going to hear yourself at all. Well, it's actually on the side, and where they position the sound hole, basically the sound is like going right up to you, right up to your ears. And yeah, it makes for a guitar that, as far as playability, whether it be plugged in or unplugged, it functions fully, and you don't run into any sort of like drastic dynamic difference. We have a walnut fingerboard, but also we have an inlay on the fingerboard that I believe Tim is referring to as the Tree of Death, sort of a play off of the Tree of Life that Steve Vai has on all of his guitars. So it looks badass. I think it's cool. But yeah, those are the specs for the guitar. So now let's hear how it sounds. Let's check it out. One of my first thoughts when it came to playing this guitar was that with all the experiences I've had in the past playing my traditional nylon string, picking this one up, it felt like cheating. The neck is very thin in relation to my other guitar, and it just feels really comfortable, like you would just play these chords like on a regular acoustic steel string or on an electric guitar. I will say one thing that definitely kind of trips me up, and I'm gonna eventually get used to with this guitar, is the sort of, I guess this is like a mother of pearl binding, and it goes up alongside the neck as well. And for some reason, the change in texture along the side of the fretboard, if I'm moving around fast enough, I'll get disoriented in terms of what I'm looking at. The side dots are also kind of small, but again, the more I play this guitar, the more I'll get used to these aspects of the construction. Hi guys, Editor Miles here. There was a part that I wanted to include that I forgot earlier about the quality of the chords I was playing and the sound of the harmonics that I was playing. And one thing that's worth noting is that because they sounded kind of flat and kind of sour, you need to bear in mind that while this guitar gets shipped out with strings already on it, it wouldn't hurt to get new strings at some point after you get it shipped to your house or after you pick it up from the store. Because especially with nylon strings, they're very temperamental and susceptible to like the heat from your hands and things like that. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, back to the show. But really, I don't have any complaints. I've been driving everyone in my house a little crazy because I've been playing it so much. So, whoops. But I will say that, like, if you are the type of player that's curious about playing a nylon string guitar, but you don't want to have, like, I guess they would call it like a student guitar, then this would be a considerable option. I know that Ibanez offers another version of basically the same guitar, just without the Tim Henson signature black and the inlays on the fretboard. But either way, they make for a great option as far as having a nylon string that's also an acoustic electric in addition to being comfortable to play. And for the record, I bought this myself, so like this isn't something that Ibanez sent me. I didn't get any special treatment this time around. But yeah, I approve. I like this guitar a lot, and we finally have a lefty, and I'm psyched about that. And I hope Ibanez continues this trend of making lefty versions of some of their sought-after signature models. That's all I got for you guys for today. Like I said, I'm still sick, but I will be back soon with more stuff. I hope you guys are all in good health, and that you're staying hydrated. And if you found this video to be interesting and informative and you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. After all, it makes these videos more visible to more people in the dreaded algorithm. So, you know, help me out. Help me out. I'm sick. Help me.
Brother, help me.
And if there's any gear that you're interested in seeing a demo of that you haven't seen around anywhere else, that maybe I can get my hands on, feel free to shoot me a message or leave suggestions down in the comments below. In the description, I'll leave a link to my Patreon, which helps fund the endeavors with this channel. So if you're interested in supporting further than liking and subscribing, that's a considerable option. I think there's something like that on YouTube now. I don't know. I'll look into it and set it up. But for now, if you want to, Patreon's the place to go. With all that said, everyone, thank you for your time. I appreciate you all. I'm going to go drink some more water, maybe make some tea. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, all right? Keep playing. Peace.